Good morning, back with another video. And I seen something on the New York Post where Jeffrey Dahmer's father, Lionel Dahmer, he's considering suing Netflix. He's reportedly he's upset because he said Netflix never contacted him regardless of the popular series that they got of Dahmer. If you haven't watched it, it's Dahmer. This is the Jeffrey Dahmer monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. It is a real good doc series. I will say that it's hard to watch because we all know that Jeffrey Dahmer, he is one sick individual. He really is. But he killed 17 boys and men between 1978 to 1991. And the murder has become real popular where some people is dressing up like him as Halloween, because I seen on Facebook where this little boy was dressed up like him, and he had and it causes the uproar because he had a camera around his neck, he had glasses on, and he had a bucket with a black hand in it. So it was some black people that got upset about it, but some people were saying y'all thinking it's a racist thing, blah blah, this and that. But my thing is, why would a parent want their child to dress up like this person? How what you think the families of the victims felt? Because they are already upset. If you go on TikTok and stuff, it's people making TikToks about it, joking, making fun about it, but they were saying, it's all entertainment. But just think if that was your loved one, somebody doing a TikTok where I seen one where a guy had a skull on a plate, putting hot sauce on it, playing like he eating it and all that, blah blah blah. It's just sickening to me. But yeah, his father is talking about suing because he said Netflix never, contacted him regarding the popular series. Also, some of the victims of the family had said as well that they didn't come to them, to talk about it. So we're gonna see how that go. But I will say that Dahmer, it was a good series. It really was. Everybody was talking about it. I had said I wasn't gonna watch it, but then after everybody on Facebook and stuff was talking about, oh, you need to watch it, blah blah, this and that and stuff, I decided to watch it, and it was very very hard to watch. It was very hard to watch. From the neighbor, her name was Glenda Cleveland. She supposedly stayed next door to the Dahmer and was complaining about the smell and the noise, and she kept making phone calls to the police, and they really wasn't doing nothing. Because for one, Dahmer was an openly gay man. He loved, and most of the guys that he murdered was black men and stuff. And two, I looked at it, Dahmer was living in a rundown area, because when the police was called out there to the residents one time, they were asking him why was he living out there and stuff, and he was saying it was cheap and stuff. So they were really wasn't trying to do nothing, because like I said, that he was gay and stuff. But Glenda, it was said that Glenda stayed next door to him, but that really wasn't true. She didn't stay in the same building as Dahmer, where she come into play at when the little Asian boy had escaped Dahmer's house. That Dahmer went to the store. He had drugged up the Asian boy and raped him and blah blah and everything else. And he escaped the apartment. He was staggering out there in the road and stuff. And Glenda's daughter and her friends seen him to say he was bleeding from the rectum and all that. And Dahmer come and, told the police that, that was his boyfriend and he was drunk. And the police believed it. And Glenda was like, ain't you gonna ask what his age was at that time? The boy was 14 years old. So Dahmer took him back to his apartment, and his family didn't ever see him again. He killed him. So the police really played a major role in his, because they failed the men's. The neighbor kept, she said she kept calling, and they wasn't doing nothing. But what gets me about the Asian boy, because in Cognac, years earlier, Dahmer had sexually assaulted his brother, his older brother, and Dahmer was on the, that was the reason why he became a registered sex offender and stuff. So this boy knew that. So when he seen Dahmer at the store, when Dahmer approached him, come back to my apartment, drink some beers and stuff, make some money, let me take pictures of you. He knew about Dahmer. He knew Dahmer, sexually assaulted his brother, but you choose to go back to his apartment anyway. But they say the reason why he did that because he needed money for his family. So that right there, I really didn't get right there. Why did you even go back to his apartment and you know what he did to your brother? I didn't get that right there. And then Fuzz Glenda, they said she wasn't the neighbor that was really complaining about the smell. It was another neighbor. I can't think of her name. She stayed actually across the hall from Dahmer. She was the one that was complaining about that smell. But as you know, people was complaining about the smell, and then the landlord and stuff, they wasn't doing nothing. He was saying that it was his refrigerator went to the bad and stuff, the meat went to the bad, and then he blamed it on the tropical fish and his fish aquarium. So the whole thing was just crazy. But then, if you seen the doc series where Dahmer had offered the neighbor a sandwich and stuff, and the woman who played Glenda Cleveland was Niecy Nash and stuff, she didn't eat it. But the other neighbor was saying that, yeah, she said he offered everybody sandwiches and stuff. And she said that her and her husband ate a sandwich for him. She said, and we pretty much could have been eating, some of the guys that he was killing in there. But my thing is, what gets me, you Irish chick, you didn't say that y'all smelling all this horrible smell coming his apartment and stuff, hearing all these noise and stuff. Why is you eating something for him? She actually said that she ate a sandwich for him. It wasn't Glenda Cleveland. It was, what was her name? Vanessa Batts. She was the one that was complaining about the smell, her and her husband, because her and her husband stayed next door. They stayed across the hall for Dahmer. Was it Vanessa? What was her name? I seen her. I can't think of her name off of heart. But yeah, she was the one. She stayed across the hall from Dahmer. Glenda Cleveland didn't even stay in the same building as Dahmer. She stayed in the building across the hall. Like I say, when she seen the little Asian boy, she reported it, called the police, and the police failed him because she said she looked at him and she said she knew that he was young, but Dahmer said that, he was over age and stuff, and, they believed Dahmer and stuff. Even the police even came to his apartment in the doc series and stuff and said, "What is that smell or whatever?" He put it on. He left some meat in the refrigerator. But the saddest series of it was episode 6. Yeah, that was the saddest one because that was the one about Tony Hughes, and he was the gay black man that was looking for love, and he met Dahmer in the gay club. Because that's what Dahmer, majority of he was meeting his victims at in that gay club and stuff. And he really liked it, Dahmer. He spent one night with Dahmer. And then he got up the next day, said he had to go to work. And Dahmer didn't want him to go to work. And he told him, he promised him that he would be back. But when he came back, how he communicated with Dahmer, he had a little notepad. He said he forgot his keys. So as he was going to get his keys out Dahmer's room, Dahmer had killed him. And it was said that Dahmer had drilled a hole through his skull. And then Dahmer got the cooking, I think it was cooking the liver, a heart or something. It was just nasty. And he was sitting up there eating Tony, after he dismembered him. It was just a sad situation. But Tony's mama, Shirley Hughes, said that whole thing didn't go like Netflix said it went, because she was saying, I, she just said it didn't go the way they said it went. Netflix was telling a lot of lies about, Tony and Dahmer's relationship and stuff. Because she said Tony had money when they were saying that he went back to Dahmer's apartment because Dahmer was, telling them guys, "I pay you $50, $100 to take pictures of you." She was saying that Tony didn't need Dahmer's money because he had got paid that day. He cashed his check. He had over $400 some in his wallet, so he really didn't need Dahmer's money. So yeah, it was a good doc series, but it was sad. And at the end, when Dahmer got bludgeoned to death, that was a sad scene. The part that was sad was when they called his daddy and told his daddy that his daddy was dead. I mean that Jeffrey was dead, and Jeffrey was laying on the table. He went back there and he was crying all on him and said, "I always loved you" and stuff. Because his daddy did love. I could tell he did love Jeffrey, even when I was seeing videos when they were interviewing his daddy and stuff, showing videos of him and Dahmer when Dahmer was a little boy. I could tell that he loved Dahmer, and he really did. He just loved his son And he said, I always loved you. And, to the when you was born and stuff, I love you. And son, and I still love you. And stuff. That was sad to me because his daddy Lionel had broke down. He had really broke down. But, yeah, it's a good document. It's a good doc series. If you haven't seen it, a lot of people said that they didn't want to see it. But, yeah, it was good. And the guy who, played Dahmer. Oh my God, he did the damn thing. And I didn't know nothing about this actor. I really didn't until I said, "Who is this guy playing Dahmer?" And what is his name? What is his name? Let's see. Evan. What is his name? Evan Peters. Yeah. Yeah, he played Dahmer. And like I said, I didn't know nothing about him. I looked at other movies, pulled him up, Googled him, and looked at other movies and stuff that he played in and stuff. Yes, he did the damn thing. He really did. Everybody is talking about him. He really, really did it. That guy, he's a very good actor. Young, all from Richard Jenkins played Lionel Dahmer to Lionel's stepmother. I kept looking at her. I said, who does she look like? She looked familiar. That was Marley Winwald and stuff. She played the stepmother. His George Dahmer was played by Penelope Ann Miller. It was good. And then the grandma, yeah, Michael learned. I think that's the lady that played in the Walton. So yeah, it was real good doc series. A lot of people, like I say, a lot of people say they don't want to watch it, but yeah, yeah, he's talking about Suing along with some of the other family victims of the family and stuff because they didn't contact him. But then it grossed all these views and made all this money and stuff. So it was a good doc series. It really was. But that grandma, she saved one of the guys from getting killed on there. She did Michael Learn. She did a real good job. All the actors and actors did a real good job in this doc series. They all deserve an award, especially Evan Peters. He really do. But we're gonna see how this play out with this suit if he decides to sue them. Lionel Dahmer is still living. He's 86 years old. He's living a quiet life. Jeffrey also had a brother too. His name is David. He, stayed out the spotlight. It was said the whole time that Jeffrey was in prison. He never did go. He just didn't fool with Dahmer. He didn't. Jeffrey. He stayed out the spotlight. He didn't fool with him. He didn't want no parts of it at all. So I hope everybody is having a good day. I hope you have a good day. Some probably is still asleep. It's 4:48 where I'm at now. So 4:48 in the morning where I'm at. I just thought I would do a video on this. But like I said, yes, it was good. It was sad. And my heart goes out to all the victims. Rest in peace to all of them. But I'm like Shirley Hughes and stuff. She's not upset about this Netflix series. She's not upset of people making TikTok videos about it, making fun, because she said this is not a laughing matter, and it's not. It's really not. I done seen a lot of TikTokers and stuff, do TikTok videos and stuff, doing skits and stuff, and she's not too happy about it at all. And you wouldn't be either if it was your family member. You wouldn't like it that you see a little boy dressed up like him for Halloween. Like I say, who or what parent would allow that? For real, for real. So we're just gonna see how this play out. But yeah, Tony Hughes, that was the saddest episode because he was deaf and he couldn't cry out for help. He communicated by writing on a piece of paper. And Jeffrey was looking for love. I really do think that might have been the one for him. Because Tony was looking for love. But, Jeffrey ended up, killing him. And the whole time in the doc series or whatever, when the police was called to Jeffrey's house, the police came, they were complaining about the smell or whatever. The furthest they went was that living room, and Tony was laying back there, laying on the bed, dead the whole damn time. And the police didn't even go back there at that room that first time that they was called out there. They stayed right there in that living room. But the looks on their face, they knew it was something going on there. But, how they was looking. But, yeah, they was right there in his living room. And Tony was laying across Jeffrey's bed, dead. So I don't know. I think some of the families of the victims was talking about suing Netflix too, because they never did contact them about it too. So we'll just see how this play out. I will keep you updated on it. Like I said, I hope everybody have a good day on this Saturday. And